Howdy ho, friends. Welcome to another episode of Trekking Tuesday. We are at the exact same location I was last time, and it wasn't that hard to find. Originally, I was going to shoot a video for YouTube today, and of course, that depended on the weather. When I came in this morning, it was 24 degrees, overcast, and it looked like a very promising day for the video shoot. What I was going to do is I found, I think it's either a German or Russian survivalist website, I'm not sure which one, a way to make a hot tent. Something I've never seen before. I was going to attempt to duplicate the idea and then see if I came up with the same results as they did, because it might have been a theory or somebody might have actually done it. Unfortunately, the sun has came out. It is currently 39 degrees. It's too warm to duplicate their idea and get good test results. But I do have something else I've been wanting to try for a while after I've seen this idea. I think we're going to go ahead and do that because the way I have it set up, well, you know what? Let me show you. The idea was originally, for making the hot tent, is we're going to take this stove pipe right here. We're just going to run it in through the window into the lavabo, and right about here where we're going to make a Dakota fire pit and build a platform so the pipe would go from there down there, and then the air intake for the Dakota fire pit would be here. The end of the pipe would go there, and then there's where the fire pit would be. And theoretically, it would heat up, the hot air would rise and come in to the shelter and heat it up. Well, I don't know. It is 42 degrees in the shelter, and it is 42 degrees outside, so we have matched temperatures. And the idea is, basically heat the tent up, and I wanted to see how well that would work. But I would need below freezing temperatures to get good test results. That's not going to happen. It's too warm. Next, I got this other idea after looking at the diagram. Is we're going to take this pipe and we're going to bury it from right there to right about there. Dig a fire pit. Put the pipe over the top of the fire pit. Then, of course, we're going to bury it until it comes out to right about there in the old tent, and then see how well that heats it up. But we're going to need something to blow air through there. So I grabbed this little USB fan from the house and an extra power pack, and we're going to power it that way and see how much heat it produces. Now, we need to do something with this real quick. It's getting out of control. So I think what we're going to do, and I even brought my shovel out here because I knew the ground would be frozen this morning, and it was. That's just a little bit too much work for the machete to do. So we're going to take the shovel, we're going to dig the trench, put the pipe in, fire it up, seal up the tent, and see if my idea works. I think it will. And then on the other side, woo, we got a little something going on here. Come on now. Yeah, we could probably pull that off, let it steep. Smoke bath. Ken will know what I'm talking about. Anyway. Even if it works, will it be worth it? Would it be better off just to put a stove inside there? So let's get out of this smoke and start digging. Yeah, I think we're just going to put it right about there. And dig from here all the way over there. put our fire pit here. Let the good times begin. I think we're at the point where we can drop our pipe in. A lot longer than I thought. But it's going to work. Nice. And we're going to have to extend this out a little bit more. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, that's perfect. And it is slightly going up, so that's good. Yeah, there, Root. There we go. Now we got to pick a spot to put the fire pit, and I'm thinking clear some of that out, but right about here looks good. Yeah. Oh, this ground is frozen here. Come on now. All right, let's drop the pipe in. See what we got. Oh, that's going to be perfect. I like that. I really like that. Okay, you know what's next. We got to bury the pipe without crushing the little guy. Over a little bit more. Okay, so we got two more things we need to do. Is one, build a barricade right here so the sparks won't fly over and hit this leaf litter and causes some accidents. Second, we just got to make sure we got airflow. That means I didn't crush the pipe when I was burying it. I don't think I did. Then we light a fire to find out if it works. Okay, so we'll put our little fan right here that's very freaking dirty. I think we need to bury it a little bit more. Maybe put something over the top of it. Well, for now, this will work. And I've got two of these with me, so just in case, because you know how the cold weather is. Might have to cover that up with something. Yeah, we're losing some airflow through here. Okay, that piece of tree bark could work. Now, let's go see if we got airflow. Hey, we do. Oh my. It's actually a lot more than I thought would be coming through there. Okay, we got airflow, but we still need to cover part of that fan up with something. So what I simply did, and it's hard to see, is I put some duct tape around it, attached it to the pipe, put some dirt along the side. There we go. Let's go see how it's doing now. I bet pretty darn good. Oh yeah, a lot more airflow. Yeah. Okay, next I'm going to dig a hole from there and just get a little airflow into the pit. The only thing left to do now, get some firewood in here where the fire's going. I'll go ahead and build the barricade there. Now I get to maintain 2 fires at once. How fun is that going to be? Well, it seems to be heating up nicely. As you can look down there, just look at the coals are just glowing. Getting good airflow through there. See how the flames are going underneath it? Take a listen. The fan's doing okay. My biggest concern is one, the battery's going to die out because it's so cold out, and not enough airflow. I can feel it. Let's find out. Yep, it's sucking it in okay. Whoops. Okay, let's go inside the tent and see what's going on in here. We are at 40 degrees outside. We're going to move this little guy inside. So remember the magic number of 40 degrees. Put him right here in the center. I put one down here in the air hole. Holy crap. It's 99 degrees coming out of there. Yee, I better be careful with this thing. I don't know how high they can go before they break. Oh, wow, yeah. You can definitely feel the heat coming out. All right, let's seal this guy up and let's let the test run. And yeah, Bobby, I'm not good with time, so I'm thinking we're looking at 3 o'clock now. Let's do from when the sun gets to that tree. So that's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and let the test run. And then open up the shelter and see what our temperature is. I am very curious. And in the meanwhile, we need to get some food because I'm hungry. Now, to answer the most important question of all, what are we having for dinner? I'm thinking some potatoes here, and we're going to need water for those little guys. There we go. Put that on the fire, start preheating it. Get it. There we go. That probably wasn't a good idea. Let's loosen that lid just a notch. All right, we'll put him on that side and move some coals over there. There we go. Okay, now we're going to have, I cooked a brisket the other day, and the leftovers I froze, which is still freaking frozen. Not good. So we need to back some of these coals off and slowly heat it up. Because if we do it too quick, although it is cooked, it will not warm up all the way. Would you look at that right there? That looked good. So we're going to need that not to just happen. Tin foil. And the smoke to stay away from me. Come on, guys. Go that way. Oh, my Lanta. Alright, we got foil of tin. Oh, wow, this is the big stuff. Yeah. And we're going to pour water in the bottom of it. A lot of water. Don't worry, that's going to cook off. Let's cover that little guy up. Set it on the fire and let it slowly, wow, that's already hot, slowly warm up. A couple more coals in there. I'm thinking our water's done. Oh yeah, water's ready. Let's go ahead and pull that off. That way we have a little bit more room on the old grill here. Come here, put that guy over there. Let's see how the brisket's doing. Ah, it's getting there. Oh, this piece is still frozen. Couple more minutes on the brisket. Then we'll boil that water off and drop in a little good old barbecue sauce. Yep, that's still a little frozen there. Let's give that a couple more minutes. All right. Ouch, not a good idea. Let's go with, we got buttered. Oh, this is good. This is garlic potatoes. These sound really good. So let's make some of these. Really easy to make. You can get these little guys at Wally World. About $1. They're dirt cheap. How's my other fire doing? Okay, it's still good. So we're gonna attempt not to burn ourselves. Add some water. Mix this little guy up and let it set a couple minutes for it to reconstitute. I do believe it is done. Look at that. Little water in there ain't hurt. Oh, wow, look at that. Actually, we'll pour some of that out. Critters are going to love this come tomorrow. Now, we're just going to add a little barbecue sauce. This is Sweet Baby Ray's. Get it at Walmart. Pretty darn cheap, and it's good. Let that heat up. And I think we'll be ready for, I'm thinking it's going to be dinner. Somehow I think we missed lunch. So we're going to give that a minute to heat up. I'm going to put that over there. Okay. First, the taters. I did find some salt and pepper. Put it in there. Oh, those are good. Really good. Let's try the reheated brisket. Oh, shoot. I'm getting there, I promise. I just don't want to shove a big piece in my mouth. I'll do that one next. I should really think before I say things. Anyway, I don't want to act like a pig on camera. Let's put it that way. That's it. Screw it. That's really good, friends. So, I'm going to eat. We're going to let this fire die down. I'm going to put one more batch of wood on that fire. And then by then we should be ready for the test results, because I think it's been about an hour, 20 minutes now. I think we went over my time limit a little bit, because when the sun hit that tree right there, I was going to shut it down, but I've been busy. We went ahead and shut this fire pit down. It's all nice and put out. Stowed the majority of my gear away, and I broke a freaking tripod. Not happy about that. I haven't added any wood in about a half hour. So that's quite a bit there. That's a lot of heat. I'll show you something. This is clay and sand silt mix. It's really cool. This is now fire hardened. Yep. And it's really retaining the heat. I did have to, one time, open up the hole. It did clog up a bit. Not a big deal, but no collapsing. Let's go check the fan and the battery. Battery's good. We officially still have 3 bars. Fan's still doing good. Okay, now for the important thing. And this will determine if the project is worth it or not. Let's go see what the temperature is inside the shelter. Oh, this is going to take 2 hands. All right, here we go. We're both going to see this at the same time. Inside, oh wow, it is noticeably a lot warmer in here. We're at 47 degrees. The high was 50 at one point. Okay, that must have been when the fire was really going, and the low today was 40. So 10 degrees difference, not bad, but you can really feel the heat coming in here. Another thing you got to think about is we got to warm all that sand up before, yeah. All right, holy crap. The heat coming out of the vent is 111 degrees. The highest temperature at one time was 120 degrees. Holy crap, that is a lot of heat. I cannot believe that. That is a lot of heat just from that little fire. Because there's a couple things you got to remember. One, where you got to heat the tube up. 2, we got to heat the sand around the tube, because if not, it'll extract the heat from it. So it'll retain its heat. And 3, we don't have a very fast airflow. Oh man, if we bump that airflow up a little bit, yeah, my wheels are spinning. Okay, I'm going to break the shelter down before it gets dark on us, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this. Well, crap, the sun has hit the tree line. We do not have long until it's dark. Not a big deal. It took probably 10 minutes to get where I am. I know where I am, so getting out, it's not going to be that big of a problem. Okay, that fire pit's covered. The lavoo has been took down. There's her poles. She's stashed in her bag. Tripod. Put some leaves over that hole. Put some leaves over that hole. Yes, that answered your question. I am going to leave this here. I am not done experimenting with it. Of course, when I am done, I will take the pipe out. There's no sense in leaving it here. So we're going to clog up air intake. There's a lot more dirt than that, obviously. There we go. A little bit more just to be safe. A little bit more. Okay. This has got a lot of clay in it. I can feel it. See at the sides? The further down I get, the more clay there is. See right there? Yeah, there's a lot of clay in this dirt. Huh, a lot more than I thought. That's actually a good thing. See it smoking? A little bit more. But I don't want to get it too packed in there because I do want to dig it out again. But I don't want it. That's a possible air hole. Okay. I think we're good. Then, in a minute, after I pour some water on there, we're going to go ahead and just lightly put the dirt over the top of it just to smother it. Make sure there's no airflow. As far as the pipe, I'm not too worried about it melting on me when it's covered up, because I did have it in, there's a plane over there somewhere, in the teepee last year at the winter camp, and I was burning hedge. Yeah, that's some pretty hot wood. Let's take a final temperature reading. It is 36 degrees. It's getting cold. Okay. I'm so dirty. I'm so going to get in trouble when I come home. I told Jessica I was going to come home covered in dirt this time, but apparently, yeah. What are my thoughts on this project? Well, let's think about this for a minute. It took about, I want to say, an hour and a half to lay the pipe in there, cover it with dirt, get the fan going. We're going to give it 10 minutes to get the fire up where it should be, self-sustaining, so that's not bad. So about 2 hours to get everything set up. That's not including the setup time for the shelter system and chopping the wood. So let's add another 30 minutes in it. So to get to where it was putting out heat, it took us 2.5 hours. That's a lot of energy burned. Another downside I can see is the fire. From what I was watching, the wood in there was hot enough for about a half hour, and so I had to put more wood in there to keep the heat going. There's another problem. You're going to have to get up every freaking hour and put wood in there, unless you put somebody on fire watch. So in my opinion, probably not worth it. But for something to experiment, yeah. I mean, I'm going to do some more work. I'm going to increase the airflow, I think. Move the hole more to the center of the Lavu shelter to get more air in there. So that's going to help, especially if you increase the airflow. I mean, 10 degrees difference, you know, it was not bad. But coming out of the tube, the hottest temperature is 120. That's pretty freaking good. I just got to figure out how to get that air from the tube into the shelter. And when I went in there, there was a noticeable difference. So that was impressive. Of course, and if I found a way to build a auto feed for the fire, where the logs kind of rolled down like a self-feeding fire at night and just kept that pipe heated up, that would be pretty cool. The only problem I can see there is the air intake for the Dakota fire pit clogging up throughout, sometime during the night, cutting off your airflow, but it would still be smoldering and putting in heat. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think it'd be worth it. I think stove is going to be your best bet. But I like to experiment, so we're going to come out here. I don't know about next week. I think next week we're at the end of deer season, almost. I think we're going into alternative, and I want to try to hike into the winter camp and see if it's still there. So I don't know if I'll be out here next week to work on it some more, but where I'm at, nobody's going to find this area, and I'll definitely remove that pipe before spring gets here, because then somebody might find it or trip in the hole. Yeah, I'm going to close it out. That does it for me. Thanks for watching, and see you guys on YouTube.